People tend to have inappropriate interpretations whenever it involves analyzing themselves. Studies show that people in society don't have the capacity to genuinely gauge themselves, particularly when it comes to physical looks and attractiveness. This is due to the fact that we distinguish ourselves differently from people around us. We typically examine every little detail about ourselves closer than we would the actions or appearances of other people. For that reason, the largest number of people usually underestimate their self-worth and attractiveness. Wondering what others think might make you mad, but there are a lot of clear signs you can identify to figure it out. With that said, here are 14 signs that you might be much more attractive than you think. 1. People smile when they see you. It's considerably more common for somebody to smile at a stranger they find attractive than somebody they don't. If you happen to find that you get a friendly smile from so many people you pass by on the street, possibilities are they find you attractive. We tend to automatically smile at things or people who are aesthetically pleasing. A sudden smile might be an effective way of flirting, but most of the time, it's just a natural human reaction to something that is very attractive to the eye. 2. Strangers stare at you. Anybody would feel self-conscious if they notice strangers staring at them in public. But if it occurs to you regularly, you can be more attractive than you think. Whenever anyone we like or see is attractive walks into a room, we're sometimes not able to hide our gaze from them. Their appearance commands attention, and a person who can turn heads so effortlessly must be attractive. If you find yourself with all eyes on you, it may just be all about you. 3. People seem to enjoy talking to you. Do people naturally come up to you and initiate conversations no matter where you are or what you're doing at the moment? If so, it's possibly because you're easy on the eyes. It might not seem fair, but people considered more attractive are treated much better compared to people who are average looking and are given more positive attention. Attractive people have a kind of pull that draws others in. That could not necessarily be a romantic thing, but it might be due to how symmetrical your face is, or how perfectly put together you are. In basic terms, we like engaging with attractive people a lot more than others. 4. When you do get a compliment, it feels insincere. On the rare occasion in which you actually get any sort of compliment, the long-awaited compliment usually seems casual or off-handed. If people simply mention your appearance in passing, it might make you incredibly uncomfortable. But the reality is that they sound so indifferent since you look stunning no matter what. Usually, people wouldn't be gushing about somebody they find attractive all the time. You would certainly just comment on their appearance informally when they change their look in a certain way or wear something unique. 5. People often do a double take. Many of us do a double take whenever we come across someone quite attractive. Of course, there might be many different reasons for doing this. However, the most common one is that we loved the things we saw and wanted to continue looking. If someone gives you a second look, it indicates they find you attractive and can be trying to get your attention. If this occurs to you regularly, you're definitely an attractive person. 6. You rarely get compliments on your looks. This one might be a surprise to you. But can you remember a time when you were completely confident in yourself and were convinced that all attention was going towards you, yet you rarely get compliments? When a situation like this occurs, it's obvious to question yourself and feel that something's wrong with you, but it typically means the opposite. The reason you get absolutely no compliments is that others probably believe you already know how attractive you are. And therefore, they assume they do not have to inform you of it. Some could even think you're bored with all the attention. 7. People may act differently around you. Are people so jumpy or nervous around you? Do you realize that they behave differently around you than around anybody else and seem nervous or confused when you are approaching them? Attractive people are typically very intimidating, and it's practically impossible to stop yourself from feeling agitated when you're around somebody you like or find attractive. If you find people continuously acting unusually around you, one of the reasons for this can be because they find you attractive and don't understand what to say or how to speak to you. 8. People raise their eyebrows when they see you. Whenever anyone raises their eyebrows, it often indicates they are either shocked or caught off guard. Whenever someone stares at you then lifts their brows, it's just another clear indication that they consider you good looking. For example, smiling or lifting eyebrows is a natural human reaction done by your brain. It might be done intentionally, but it usually is not. Therefore, if you discover somebody doing this when they see you, it's usually because they find you good-looking. 9. Others go out of their way to help you. An unfair advantage that good-looking people have is that a majority of people, including strangers, are willing to go out of their way to assist them or ease their problems. Have you observed that others jump at the opportunity to assist you with an issue you're encountering, regardless of the situation? The explanation for this could indicate that you're indeed a good-looking person, and others are more eager to help you. We tend to intuitively be nicer and more kind to those we find attractive. 10. You've had many occasions where someone obsessed over you, regardless of whether it happened only for one night or for several months. If you're an attractive person, you've certainly had someone obsess over you, whether it was a stranger who appeared to attach to you like butter at a party, or a colleague who continued messaging you despite your constant attempts to push them off. This is simply another indication that people find you physically attractive. 11. You receive tons of direct messages. If your DMs are continuously loaded with messages, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, don't be too shocked. Social media is a great example of how attractive people are pushed above others, which isn't a positive thing. However, it is a perfect approach to figuring out whether others find you attractive, and if you discover many people messaging you regularly, possibilities are you are good-looking and they are interested in getting to know you. 12. People are surprised by your insecurities. It would be quite difficult to believe that the people we like or put on pedestals could also be as insecure as we are. Because of how wonderful they seem, it's easy to get into the mentality that they don't have anything to worry about. But the reality is that everyone occasionally battles with low self-esteem. This might be the reason why most people are surprised when you say that there are specific features of your look that you're not comfortable with or would like to change. Any faults you see seem small to them. They certainly don't even realize any imperfection you see in the mirror. 13. Relationships seem to come easily to you. Constantly unsuccessful relationships and short, meaningless hookups might appear like a sign of being unattractive, but that's typically not the case. Having a preoccupied romantic life is an indication that many people do find you attractive. Preserving a relationship is only a matter of building emotional stability. 14. People tend to have strong feelings about you. When you're good-looking, people tend to show extreme feelings towards you, whether it is negative or positive. They may appear overly friendly or incredibly cold and rude for no reason whatsoever. Whatever extreme they want to act in, it will most likely be because they see you as attractive and sincerely desire to get to know you, or because they consider you intimidating. Some may act nasty towards you since they're envious of your attractiveness, and others will want to keep coming up to you and make excuses only to have a means to talk to you and be around you. Well, that is all for the video. If you find it helpful, consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends.